Having a solid credit score is essential. You need it whenever you're going to buy a house, or you're looking to buy a new car, or in some cases, whenever you're looking to get a new job. Yeah, there's companies out there now that are absolutely taking a look at your credit score, and they're making their hiring decision based on your credit score. It's just the world that we live in today. Now, not only does your credit score impact your ability to get a loan, it will impact the interest rate that you're able to get on a loan once you're approved, which will ultimately impact your monthly payment. So the lower the credit score, the higher the risk, which means you'll have a higher monthly payment on whatever it is you want to buy. So about a year ago, I had a friend of mine that came to me and he told me that he had a credit score of about 490. And he told me no matter what he tried, he was always unsuccessful when he was trying to increase his credit score. Fast forward 1 year later, and his credit score is over 725. So how was he able to do that in such a short period of time? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be going over some basic steps and actions that you can take in order to quickly increase your credit score. And don't worry, I won't ask you to sign up for some expensive credit repair program, because fixing your credit quickly is something that you can do on your own. Now, the first thing that you want to do in order to quickly increase your credit score is you want to reach out to the 3 main credit bureaus and ask them for a copy of your credit report. The credit bureaus are required to give you a free copy of your credit score at least once a year. Once you have a copy of your credit report, you're going to sit down and you're going to make a list of all the bills that you have that are currently outstanding. So this is going to be all your credit card bills that you have, auto loan payments that you have, anything with buy now, pay later, such as like Klarna, any bills that you have in collections, whether it be past credit card bills, past hospital bills, whatever it may be. You're going to jot down all of those bills and you're going to make sure that you have each one of them written down. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to just take a deep breath and you're going to really start to think about the plan that you want to put in place to actually attack these bills to make sure that you can get them paid off and get your credit score raised as quickly as possible. So once you have a copy of all the bills that you currently have that are outstanding, including the bills that you may have in collections, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to call each one of those collection agencies and you're going to negotiate with them. So one of the things that collection agencies will allow you to do is they will allow you to negotiate your debts with them. So for example, if you have an overdue bill that's $2,500 and it's been in collections for a couple of years, you're going to call the collection agency and you're going to try to negotiate that bill down as low as possible. I've seen some of these collection agencies take a bill that was like $2,500 and they will lower it down to $500 or $800 if you're able to pay it off quickly. So each collection agency is going to be different. Each negotiation is going to be different, but you're going to negotiate extremely hard on how much you're going to pay them back to settle the debt. And as you're paying off the debt, you want to make sure that that collection agency is reporting all the payments that you made to the 3 credit bureaus. And more importantly, once the bill is paid off and it's out of collections, you want to make sure that they report that you have paid off that bill and it is no longer in collections. That's extremely important. You want to make sure that they're reporting to the credit bureaus so that you can get credit for that, which will increase your credit score. So you have put a solid plan in place. You have reached out to each one of the collection agencies and you've negotiated extremely hard with each one of them. And now you have bills that are in collections that are on a payment plan that are going to get you out of collections as quickly as possible. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to make a commitment to yourself that you're going to be making a lifestyle change. You're no longer going to go out there and you're not going to be recklessly spending money that you don't even have to impress people that you don't even like, to buy things that you don't even need. And you're also going to make a commitment that during the course of raising your credit score, any extra money that you have is going to go towards paying off debt. It's not going to be going out to eat. It's not going to be going on vacation. It is strictly debt pay down, and you got to be laser focused to ensure that you hit your goal, because it's a goal. Having a credit score of over 750 is actually pretty easy once you know what to do and you know what steps to take to get there. It takes discipline and it takes a change in habit in order to get there. All right, so you've negotiated with the creditors that have you in collections. You have made a commitment to change your lifestyle. And the next thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna employ the debt snowball payment method. So if you're not familiar with this method, what you essentially are going to do is you're going to pay the monthly minimum payment on all of your debts except for the smallest debt. And the smallest debt, you're going to put as much money as you can every month towards that bill. And you're going to repeat that every month until that bill is paid off. Once that smallest bill is paid off, you will then go to your second smallest bill and you will start putting maximum dollars every single month on that bill until it's paid off. And essentially what happens is you get into this, what they call a snowball, where as it starts rolling down the hill, the snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you start wiping out more and more debt as you get further down the hill. So also during this step, one thing that you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna cut up all your credit cards. If you wanna keep one credit card, that's absolutely fine. You wanna make sure during this process, you are not continuing to rack up credit card debt, because at this point, we're trying to eliminate debt, not add it. So you're paying off your debt and everything is going well at this point. Your credit score is continuing to raise and maybe raising a little bit more slowly than you'd like, and your debts may be going down a little bit slower than you would like them to. So one thing that you can do to supercharge your debt payoff is to open up a new credit card and transfer the balance of your open credit cards and bills onto this card. Now, credit card companies will often offer promotions that will allow you to transfer a balance over to a new credit card, and they'll give you sometimes 12 to 18 months of 0% interest on your balance transfers. And they'll typically charge you a fee of around 4%. So for example, if you had a $2,000 bill that was on a credit card and you are struggling to make the monthly payments and you want to employ the debt snowball payment method, you could simply open up a new credit card, transfer that balance over to the new card, and have 0% for, let's say, 12 months, and it would be a 4% fee to transfer that $2,000 over to the new card. So you would be able to transfer the $2,000 balance over to a new card, and it would cost you $80. So I know that there's gonna be some people that are gonna pull their hair out and they're really not gonna like this approach. But I can tell you that in my mid to late 20s, this was one of the methods that I utilized to supercharge and pay off my debts a lot faster. I was able to do 2 or 3 balance transfers over the course of a couple years and pay off a tremendous amount of debt with paying that 4% transaction fee and getting anywhere from 12 to 18 months to pay off my debt at 0% interest. So if you are locked in and you're focused, you can absolutely take this balance transfer route, transfer your balances from old accounts over onto your new credit card, and knock them out before the 0% interest expires. And if for some reason you're not able to pay off the balance before the 0% interest rate expires, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You can always open a new card and transfer that balance over to that new card and repeat the process. Again, this is not the most ideal way of paying off debt. Opening up new credit cards to pay off debt is not the most ideal method, but I can tell you it works. As long as you're not continuing to rack up debt during this period of time, this method will absolutely work. All right, there you have it. Just some basic steps that you can walk through to ensure that you can increase your credit score as quickly as possible. I can tell you this is the exact method that I shared with a friend of mine a little over a year ago, and 1 year later, he was able to achieve a credit score of over 725. And like I said, obtaining a high credit score is pretty simple, right? But it's hard to maintain it without changing your lifestyle and making changes to your overall habits. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about the steps that I laid out. Is there anything that you would add? Is there anything that you would take out? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.